Good morning, students, and welcome to another online class of St. Michael's Academy. Today, I am going to discuss the introduction of kingdom classification. That means definition, the first two kingdom classification, binomial nomenclature, and drawbacks of first two kingdom classification. So let's start. Classification is the arrangement of animals and plants in taxonomic groups according to their observed similarities, including at least kingdom and phylum in animals, division in plants, and class, order, family, genus, and species. Say classification is the process of putting organisms into groups based on their characteristics. Consider the vast number of plants and animals you come across in your life. If you look at it as a scientist, you will notice a pattern of difference and similarities among them. For example, all plants are green and stationary, and all animals are mobile. From a scientific point of view, studying such a diverse group of organisms will require us to arrange them into significant and meaningful categories. So the classification system, all living things are classified into 5 main groups called kingdoms. So living things may be classified into plants, animals, fungi, bacteria, that is prokaryotes, and protocysts. Most living things belong to the animal kingdom or the plant kingdom. In the 18th century, Carl Linnaeus published a system for classifying living things, which has been developed into the modern classification. There are 7 main taxonomic ranks: kingdom, phylum or division, class, order, family, genus, and species. You see this is classification system. Starts with kingdom. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Actually, it's like a pyramid. Okay. So here, this is kingdom. It's a very general thing, and very specific is species. So now you can say that a classification system is a framework for grouping things based on their similarities and dissimilarities. The modern system of biological classification consists of different levels or ranks. The highest rank of classification is kingdom. A kingdom consists of a group of organisms sharing some common features. Each successive rank in the classification system comprises fewer organisms, but with greater similarity. The lowest rank of classification is the species. So they have started with the kingdom, after that phylum, and again they have told the last one, that is species. And in between these, class, order, family, and genus also there. Now species. What is this? Species is a group of similar organisms that can reproduce among themselves. Scientists have been able to discover and classify more than 2 million organisms on the earth, ranging from tiny bacteria to the largest blue whales. Organisms are classified according to a system comprising 7 ranks as given in this diagram. Okay, then hope so you have understood the classification system or 7 ranks classification system. Now, concept of classification. Classification allows us to group organisms based on their common characteristics. The science that deals with classification is called taxonomy. So taxonomy is the science of naming, describing and classifying organisms and includes all plants, animals and microorganisms of the world. Now we are starting Linnaeus two-kingdom classification. Already we have studied in my previous video the Whittaker five-kingdom classification. Hope so you have remembered this. Whittaker five-kingdom classification where Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia, and these all are kingdom. That is five-kingdom classification. But before that, Linnaeus, Carolus Linnaeus, 1707 to 1778, a Swedish botanist, developed a way to organize and name the vast variety of plants and animals. Linnaeus proposed a two-kingdom classification system, plants and animals, based on features such as presence of or absence of cell wall, mode of nutrition, locomotion, and response to stimuli. So in this Systema Naturae, first published in 1735, Carolus Linnaeus distinguished two kingdoms of living things, Animalia for animals and Plantae or Vegetabilia for plants. He classified all living organisms into two kingdoms on the basis of nutrition and locomotion or mobility. This is two kingdom classification of Linnaeus, Carolus Linnaeus. See, Plantae, which belongs to all types of plants, stay in place and they show photosynthesis. And this is Animalia, which belongs to all kind of animals. They can work and eat. That means they are stationary, but animals are mobile. Now, Linnaeus also introduced the binomial system of naming organisms. This system is called the binomial nomenclature. According to this system, every organism is assigned two names, a generic name and a specific name, because binomial means two. The first name is the genus name and begins with a capital letter. The second name is a species name and begins with a small letter. Remember this. These are the very important rules for writing scientific name. And when you will give the underline, you will give separate underline under genus and species. Otherwise, total scientific name will be wrong. So both the names are mostly written in Latin. For example, the scientific name for human begins is Homo sapiens. Capital H O M O. Capital H, small o, M O. Next, this is genus. And species, after giving some space, it's another word, starts with small s, a, t, I, e, n, s. Okay? If we type this in computer, obviously in Latin form you will write. But when you are going to write this in examination, so obviously you have to give it the separate underline. So please do the underline properly and separately. Scientific names are always printed in italics. If handwritten, the two names are underlined separately. So that you can say binomial nomenclature is the formal naming system for living things that all scientists use. It gives every species a two-part scientific name. For example, a ladybug found in the United States goes by the fancy name of Harmonia axissidis. The first part of a scientific name Like Harmonia is called the genus and the second part is called species. So this is genus and this is species. See this diagram, you will understand. Homo sapiens. This is a scientific name of human being. Species, genus, family. So starts with kingdom. Okay. So kingdom is animals. Phylum, chordates. Because we have vertebral column or chordata. That's why chordates. Class, mammals. Okay. Order, primates. Family, hominids. Genus, Homo. And species, sapiens. Actually, the scientific name of human being is Homo sapiens sapiens because one subspecies is also there, but that is not even included in your syllabus. That's why I'm not telling. It is a method of giving each species a name consisting of two words. That means binomial nomenclature. The first name is generic name, which is the name of genus, and the second name is the name of species, that is specific name. Genus name is written by capital letter and species name is written by small letter. Both names should be underlined or should be written in italic form. Now, there are some drawbacks of Linnaeus classification. So, Linnaeus classification of organisms, however, led to many irregularities. This method of classification placed closely related species in different categories. It placed unicellular and multicellular forms together and did not differentiate between photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic organisms. It was thus felt that Linnaeus' system of classification was inadequate. Actually, what happened under plantae, later on it has been seen that all plants are there, all category plants are there. So fungi is also there and green plants are also there. This is the problem actually. There were a number of organisms that could not fit into either of the two kingdoms. There also emerged a need to classify organisms based on features such as cell structure, mode of nutrition, uni or multicellularity, and evolutionary relationship. So you can say the drawbacks of this classification are: number one, first formed animals were neither plants nor animals. Number B, fungi differ in structure, physiology, and reproductive details from plants. Number C, at lower level of organization, there are several instances where the distinction of plant and animal disappears. For subject-related doubts or queries, please email me at shudeshna1.sma@outlook.com. We also welcome your responses by way of your views and feedback on the PPTs or videos at feedback.stmichaelsacademy@gmail.com. Thank you, students, and have a nice day.